Hello and welcome. My name is Carrie, and I am so pleased that you have joined me. I am going to lead you through a very lovely yin class to get you ready for bed. So, if you'd like, you can have your pajamas on. You can even do this practice while you are lying in your bed. I have some lavender essential oils I like to use, so you might want to have that as well. And if you have a bolster or a blanket, if you are doing it on the floor, you might want to have that nearby. If you're in your bed, you can always use your pillows and the blankets that are already there. So get yourself comfortable and we'll begin. Awesome. So we're going to start our class sitting down, getting your spine nice and long, just so that we can arrive. Our day has probably been quite full, so it's always good to just take a moment to pause. And in that moment, you can close your eyes, maybe stacking your shoulders above your hips, stacking your ears above your shoulders. Doing a scan of your body, checking in to see how it's feeling after a busy day. And then bringing your attention to your breath. We're going to do a little 4-6 breath tonight to help get our nervous system into that rest and digest place. So we're going to inhale for the count of 4, and then we'll hold for 2, and then we're going to exhale for the count of 6. And when we can get our exhales to be longer than our inhales, it actually helps to tap into that parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and digest part of ourselves. So let's all take a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, just to get rid of any tension. And then we'll inhale 2, 3, 4, and hold for 1, 2, and then exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Inhale, hold, and exhale. And inhale, hold, and exhale. And 2 more like that. Inhale, hold, and exhale. And last one. Inhale, hold, and exhale. And then just bringing your breath back to its natural rhythm, noticing how you're feeling in this moment. So Yin is a wonderful practice to really tap into your emotions, tap into how each of the poses are feeling for you. So the first pose we're going to come into is a child's pose. So you can come onto your hands and knees. You can get your knees a little wider. And if you have a bolster or a pillow, you can always bring that in between your knees. Sometimes that feels nice and luxurious. And we can just lay all the way down. You can rest a cheek or your forehead. So just getting yourself nice and comfortable here, wiggling in, breathing all the way up to the back body. As you exhale, sinking in a little bit deeper, making sure there's no sharp pains anywhere, just a gentle pressure, making sure your breath is still flowing fluid and free. Feeling the support of the earth. And while you're here, maybe starting with the most recent activity or thing in your day, going through your day, bringing to mind all of those thoughts and activities that you're grateful for. They can be the simplest things like seeing a butterfly. Maybe they're bigger, like accomplishing a big run. But just go from the most recent activity that you're grateful for or person all the way back throughout your day, all the way to when you first opened your eyes this morning. Just noticing how many moments of gratitude comprise your day. It's a wonderful way to end the day. If you're ever having challenges getting to sleep at night, just going through your day of gratitude will help to ease you off to sleep. We'll take 5 more breaths here. And then slowly bringing yourself back up. If you have a prop, you can move it out of the way. We're going to come into a melting heart. So bringing your knees underneath your hips. I'm going to slide the hands forward, maybe having your hands nice and wide on your mat. And bringing your forehead down towards the floor. Letting your elbows relax down, making sure that your shoulders feel okay. If you are feeling any tension in your shoulders, you can use your prop again, bringing it underneath and just letting your head rest on it. So making sure it works for you. Hips are up towards the ceiling. Heart is melting down towards the earth. Forehead resting on your prop or your fists or onto the mat. Just allowing that heart to sink allowing your heart to connect with the earth. Sending your breath all the way down into your belly. And maybe while you're here doing a day review and coming up with any times in your day when you might have been able to give a little more love, whether that be to yourself or to someone else. And giving yourself forgiveness if you weren't as loving as you would like to have been. And we'll take 10 more breaths here. And just bringing your elbows back, bringing your forearms onto the mat and lifting your head, coming back into a little table position here. We're going to move into our beautiful swan pose tonight. So taking your right knee and sliding it up towards your right wrist. Letting that left leg stretch back behind you. Maybe wiggling from side to side. See how your hips feel. And if you need a little extra support, you can always take your prop and put it underneath your hip if you'd like. And making sure there's no sharp pains in your knee. Just want a slight pressure in that right hip area. And then from here, just bringing your chest forward and close your eyes for a moment and imagine the majestic, beautiful white swans with their long necks, their grace and elegance in the water. Tapping into your own majesty. We're going to slowly put this swan down and laying it all the way down. Resting your forehead down onto your stacked fists that are all the way down to the floor. Again, making any adjustments so that it feels right for you. Letting your shoulders relax. Letting your face soften. And with each breath in, just breathing some love down into your hips. Sending some loving thoughts down into your hips. Our hips are where we hold our self-image. So being kind to yourself. And just allowing that breath to ease away any tension, any tightness. Keeping your breath nice and slow and steady. And just observing how that tension in your hip moves and shifts, and eventually will dissolve and melt away. We'll stay here for 5 more breaths. And then slowly bringing your sleeping swan back up. Straightening out your arms. We're going to lean onto the right hip and we're going to swing the left leg around, bringing it to the front. So we'll come into a seated position with that right leg still bent, left leg out nice and long, and maybe taking your bolster or your pillow and laying it onto that outstretched leg. We're going to slowly fold forward here, maybe bringing your stacked fists to meet your forehead or letting your forehead rest on your pillow. Making any adjustments so that it feels nice and comfortable for you. Again, letting your shoulders relax. Letting the muscles of your face soften. Letting the skin on your face just hang there. And close your eyes. Focusing in on your breath. Focusing in on any sensations you might be feeling in any parts of your legs. And imagine sending fresh energy through your breath into those tight areas. This is a good shape to come into to target the liver meridian, that energy highway for our liver. And liver is where we tend to hold any anger. So just noticing if any thoughts come up relating to anger issues. And just allowing those thoughts to float on by, not holding them. Allowing them to be set free. We'll take 5 more breaths here. And then slowly bringing yourself back up, removing any props out of the way. We'll stretch the right leg out. That leg will feel nice and relieved to be stretched out. Just give the legs a little wiggle, maybe pointing and flexing your toes, bringing some fresh energy into that right leg. Maybe even rotating the ankles and the other direction. And then we'll cross our legs again before we do the other side, coming back into a comfortable seated position. We're going to do alternate nostril breathing. It's a great way to balance out our left and right hemisphere of the brain, balance out our thinking and feeling parts of ourselves. So maybe taking your peace fingers down so your ring finger and your thumb are up on your right hand, and we're going to block off one side, breathe in the other. So I'll guide you through it. So we're going to take a breath in both nostrils, and then closing the right and exhaling through the left. Inhale through the left, closing that side, and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, close and exhale left. Inhale left, close and exhale right. Inhale right, close, exhale left. Just keep going back and forth with your own rhythm. Maybe closing your eyes if you haven't already. Maybe noticing the cooler air flowing in on the left side and the warmer air flowing in on the right. And the next time that you are inhaling on the left side, bring your hand back down, bringing your breath back to its natural rhythm. And we'll come back into our pigeon pose, doing the left side. So coming back onto your hands and knees. And when you're ready, we'll slide the left knee up towards the left wrist. Right leg sliding back and taking a moment here in this beautiful, majestic swan pose. Lifting your nose up, extending your neck. Making sure that this side feels okay for your knees. Adding any props if you need to. And then when you're ready, we'll lower this beautiful swan down for a little sleep, letting your forehead rest on your hands or the mat. Maybe closing your eyes here, imagine you are that swan looking down into a beautiful pond. Noticing a whole other world below the surface. Allowing your shoulders to relax, face to soften. Breathing down into that left hip. Allowing any tension or tightness to release and to let go. And take 5 more breaths here. And then slowly bringing yourself back up, arms getting straight. And then leaning onto your left hip, we'll swing that right leg back to the front. Getting ourselves set up with that right leg straight. Taking your bolster or prop on your knee. And when you're ready, we'll fold back down. Letting your head relax. Sinking into this forward fold. Forward folds are great for calming the nervous system. And observing where you might be feeling tension or tightness. Maybe a bit of agitation is rising up. And just sending some loving breath into any areas that are a little crunchy. And just cooling down your inner fire from your day. Allowing that flame to soften. We'll take 5 more breaths here. And then very gently bringing yourself back up. And just stretching your left leg out. Give them a little wiggle again. Flexing and pointing your feet. Then we're going to lay all the way down onto our mat. And we're going to lift the hips up and slide your pillow or bolster underneath your hips. And then set your hips back down onto the mat. And then just stretching your legs out long. We're going to reach the arms up and over your head. So feeling a nice stretch across the top of your hips, across your abdomen. Breathing into that lower belly. Letting go, letting your shoulders relax. Maybe closing your eyes. And do 10 nice, long, full breaths here. Each breath filling your belly up like a balloon. As you exhale, getting rid of all that stale air. And then we'll slowly bend the knees, bringing your arms nice and slowly down by your sides, maybe grabbing hold of your bolster. We're going to lift the legs up towards the ceiling. Now, if you're close to a wall, you might want to shimmy up to the wall. It always feels nice to have a little bit of support for your legs as you're in this shape. Closing your eyes, using your imagination here. And imagine the bottoms of your feet are the top of a waterfall. Imagine that water flowing down over the edge and flowing all the way down to the top of your forehead, washing away any busyness from your day. allowing your breath to remain calm and relaxed. Allowing any fluids or to release from your ankles and your feet. And we're going to bend the knees, bringing your knees into your chest and bringing your arms around those knees. Maybe even rocking from side to side. Feels nice sometimes when you have a pillow or a bolster lifting your hips, you get a little higher up on your back. And then we'll set our feet back down onto the floor. We're going to remove your prop away from your hips and then resting back down onto the mat. We'll take our arms either in a cactus shape or into a T shape. And we'll come into our spinal twist, letting your knees float down towards the right, head towards the left. Taking a nice full breath all the way down the length of your spine. And just letting go. Letting your back relax and unlock. And we'll slowly bring our head and our knees back to center, letting the knees float over to the left and the head float over to the right. Taking a nice full breath down to the base of your spine, closing your eyes, and letting go. And slowly bringing your knees and your head back to center. Bringing the knees in for a hug and just rocking from side to side. And we'll get ready to come into our final shape. So if you want to place the bolster or blankets on you or bolster under your knees, go right ahead. Maybe if you have an eye pillow, you might want to put that over your eyes. Getting yourself nice and comfortable. If you're in your bed already, cozy up with your blankets. Taking a nice, big, full breath into your belly. And letting go. Closing your eyes. And bringing your awareness down to the tips of your toes. Imagine relaxing energy flowing down each of your toes. Imagine that relaxing energy flowing down the balls of your feet, the arches, all the way down to your heels. Feeling your feet relaxed and letting go. It slowly moves around your ankles. It begins to move up your shins and your calves. Floating over your knees. Your knees are so relaxed. Your kneecaps are floating. As it moves through your thighs, massaging all the muscles here, relaxing all the way through to your femur bones. Feeling your bum relaxing as you sink a little bit deeper into your mat. This relaxation gently makes its way up your back. Feeling each of those muscles relaxing along the way. Feeling your shoulders relaxing. As this relaxation flows all the way down your arms, over your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, palms of your hands, all the way out to the tips of your fingers. Arms loose and limp. And it slowly moves up your neck, moving across your jawline, feeling your cheeks sinking in, tongue resting gently in your mouth. Feeling all the muscles in your face softening. Lines smoothing away. And just coming back to the rhythm of your breath.
as you enjoy the peace and serenity here.
And you're welcome to stay right where you are. If you'd like to continue to rest here. And I wish you all a wonderful sleep. Namaste.